Think about the most real moment you remember from a cartoon. Chances are it didn't come from Disney or Nickelodeon. It came from a Canadian mall or a toxic reality TV island. While the rest of the world was giving us idealized teen dramas, Fresh TV was giving us the Fresh TV aesthetic. It was cynical, it was awkward, and it felt exactly like 2004. Today we'll be breaking down why these shows still hit different 20 plus years later. Hello all in the land of YouTube, and welcome back to this channel. My name is Lizandria X, and I'm cutting on that jibber jabber, and let's get into it. If we look at shows during this time, whether it was live action or animation, some of the shows looked clean and cookie cutter. If we take a show like Hannah Montana, her clothes were perfect. She had the perfect bedroom and everything was in bright colors. Also Kim Possible. She was a spy who fought off crime. But let's take a look at Nikki from 16. She just wore a basic tank top and gray cargos. She worked at the clothing store and everything in the khaki barn was brown. While Disney wanted you to live in your imagination and be everyone's fascination tomorrow, Fresh TV wanted you to see themselves in these plots, relating to real life situations and how they can deal with them, even if the characters didn't always do the right thing. Also, conversations were more real because of the Canadian edge. If you know anything about Canadian TV, they aren't afraid to take it there. Even in kids media, Canada has always been a little looser in their writing and scripts as opposed to the US, where most things for kids are exaggerated and basic. I just recently watched Camp Rock for the first time in a long time. Listening to these teenagers talk cringed me so bad. I know the movie is a DCOM, but teens do not talk like that to one another. Tess bullying or intimidating Mitchie would have gone down a lot different if these kids were written by Jennifer Perch and Tom McGillis. This is why in 16 we were able to get the period episode and see these characters nude because of the looseness of Canada, and the show is animated as well. Being produced in Canada allowed for more sarcasm and riskier jokes that US networks often sanitized. But that edge wasn't just in the jokes, it was in the people on screen and how they actually interacted with one another. Let's look at the Dunkney effect. So the setup was, on paper, it's the classic CIT versus the delinquent. And in any other show, they'd stay in their own lanes. But with Courtney and Duncan, they were both on the killer bass. They had to interact at some point. Throughout Total Drama Island, the attraction was built on mutual growth. The longer they were around each other, the more they interacted. And the more they interacted, the more they got to get to know each other and have playful banter with one another. They were able to let their guards down and showcase that they genuinely liked one another.
A little present, courtesy of the killer bass.
Now you're learning.
They weren't a perfect couple. They were messy, intense, and competitive, which felt more like a real teen relationship rather than just cartoon archetypes. So why does this legacy with Fresh TV holds up? Well, Fresh TV stands out from the rest because it wasn't this cookie cutter perfect network that produced cute shows for kids. It wasn't afraid to push boundaries and talk about certain topics. We were able to see complicated teen relationships. The writing was more realistic and relatable to the average adolescent at that time. They weren't spies, superstars, or web icons. They were normal teens doing normal teen things. I know for a fact that when we were all watching 16, we thought our teen years would look like that. But guys, I turned 16 in 2020. So yeah, that dream went out the window for me, but I still had a job when I was 16, so I was also still trying to navigate life and still trying to find myself. And during this time when I was 16 years old in 2020, I was watching 16, and I was able to relate to these characters because I was a teenager just like them. But Fresh TV didn't talk down to its audience. It captured that chaotic energy of what it was like being a teenager. And it didn't make everything feel so wholesome. That authenticity is why we're still raving about these shows decades later.
Oh, didn't have the new ruffle skirt in your size?
Let me know in the comments down below what show you liked out of Fresh TV. Was it 16, Total Drama, or the other sister show, Stoked? Let me know. Like, comment, share, subscribe, especially subscribe, and I hope that you guys have a great day. Bye!